This is Manco Capac, the first Incan. Legend has it he was sent by his father, the sun, to find the navel of the world and build a city there. And here, amongst the mountains of the Peruvian Andes, he found what he was looking for. And the city of Cusco was born and grew to become the capital of the entire Incan Empire, the largest in pre-Columbian America. The Incan Empire went through a succession of rulers, and in 1438, Emperor Pachuatec started the greatest expansion they had ever seen, building palaces, temples, and roads. And it was eventually down one of these roads that centuries later, their fate would travel to meet them in the form of Conquistador Francisco Pizarro, who arrived in Cusco in the mid-16th century, and with the help of superior military technology, disease, and the Christian religion he brought with him, end the Incan rule. The Spaniards destroyed the old Incan palaces and temples and built churches and cathedrals on their foundations, many of which still stand and are in use today. And Cusco will be our launch point as we venture down the ancient Incan Salkantay Trail, taking us over high passes and down into lush valleys as we make our way towards the ancient mountaintop city of Machu Picchu in this episode of Extreme Treks. This world is big and beautiful, and there's a lot to be explored. This time we're going deeper, further, not knowing what to expect, not knowing who we'll meet, embracing the unfamiliar. As we enter new worlds, venturing into wild landscapes and isolated cultures, one step at a time.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Journeying through inhospitable environments,
We've come into a huge snowstorm.
taking on extraordinary challenges in unique and amazing places.
And they have stories to tell.
Join me, Ryan Pyle, as we embark on these extreme treks. Locals still refer to Cusco as the navel of the world, and it's easy to see why. Perched high in the Andean mountains, Cusco has been a center for human activity for more than 1,000 years. This city of some 500,000 people lies 3,400 meters above sea level, and so it takes some time to acclimatize when first arriving. But Cusco today is a place of opportunity, a place which draws people from all over the world, and famously, the jumping-off point for visiting one of the world's most famous attractions, the ancient mountaintop city of Machu Picchu.
Stepping off a plane at 3,450 meters above sea level, there was this draw that Cusco had. The smell of the air, the high altitude, the crisp, clean skies. It's already just blown away all of my expectations. Cusco is beyond beautiful. Cusco was really the center of Incan culture and its power center really for hundreds of years. And while Cusco is an incredible place to arrive and acclimatize and understand what life is like here, obviously the real jewel of this great adventure is going to be the Salkantay Trek. We're in the Peruvian Andes. It's all going to be new. It's all going to be fresh. I think like every great adventure, a bit apprehensive at the beginning, a little nervous. We just have no idea once we leave the comforts of Cusco what's going to be waiting for us out in the mountains. I think one of the great highlights today was I finally got to meet Guido.
Hey, Ryan. Welcome. Welcome to my home.
It's great to be in Cusco.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm suffering a little from the altitude at the moment.
But that's normal, man.
We're what, like 10,000 feet above sea level?
Yes.
So tell me about this trek. What are we going to be up to?
It's not going to be easy,
Yeah.
but it's going to be beautiful.
Let's do it. That's going to be fun, huh?
Let's do it.
All right.
Guido's going to be my guide for the next week as we head out into the mountains and leave the comfortable surroundings here of Cusco.
Guido showed me around his city, leading me to his favorite lookout spots.
Wow. It's the navel of the world, my friend.
and down roads which the conquistadors had first traveled centuries before.
Oh yeah, imagine when Pizarro arrived to Cusco for the first time.
That's the view they first saw.
Exactly. City changed a little bit, but that was the view.
It's a beautiful city.
As we walked back into town, Guido said that there was one more preparation we had to make before we were ready for our trek: gifts for a shaman. I was intrigued, and I followed as he led me through the bustle of street sellers to the central market.
It's regular to consult a shaman for a fortune, and he asks you to bring some stuff. So whatever he's gonna ask you, you find in these places.
Wow. Okay. So we're here in the main market in Cusco. What exactly would this kind of shop sell?
Well, this shop, it is like the pharmacy for shamans.
The pharmacy for shamans.
Yeah. Normally, the shamans are going to ask you for the kind of offering that you want to do.
Right.
Some artifacts that only in these kind of places, you find it.
Really? Could you say it's like a little bit black magic?
Yes, like also kind of narcotic things. We have mescaline, cactus. This is the real ayahuasca.
This is the ayahuasca root and the ayahuasca drink that like everyone always talks about.
Exactly.
And you drink this, you hallucinate, you go kind of crazy.
You get in shock, kind of shock, because you don't move. You throw it a lot, it's only one side. And your mind go
Crazy.
crazy.
Have you ever done it?
Not the ayahuasca, just the San Peter, the cactus.
This is really powerful stuff.
This is powerful stuff. You really have to be sure that if you wanna try it, because you'll be different afterwards.
You'll be different afterwards.
So strong experience that you start looking the world in a different way.
So it's a real like hallucination.
Hallucination, yeah.
I'm kind of tempted. I need this kind of rebirth.
Oh yes, that's if you want to see the Incas.
That's if you want to see the Incas. And this is the root, so they make that.
Made of that. It's the magic root.
What else do we have?
The famous coca leaves.
Coca leaves.
For the shamans, for the Indian people, this is the sacred daughter of the Pachamama, which is the Mother Earth.
But this is cocaine.
Well, that's the prime material to make cocaine.
Prime material to make cocaine. And how much is this?
¿Cuánto está esto? This is one sol.
1 sol. That's like 30 cents. That's 30 US cents. 1 sol.
The best for the altitude, in tea, or chewing it.
Are we going to bring some of this on our trek?
Definitely. We won't make it without coca leaves.
Really? We won't make it? You're joking.
Just
Okay, okay.
The maca. It's mostly for men.
Okay.
So, makes you vigorous.
So maca is a plant, and its root has a lot of special powers, let's say. So we have the red maca, and this is for like rehealing, rejuvenation, and it's apparently good for the whole family, children and adults. And then over here, I have the black maca, and this is specifically for men. It's like the Viagra of the Andes, and this is for to achieve. I don't know how to really describe that, but for people who don't want to have any erectile dysfunction, this is your route of choice. So, we are going to meet some shamans when we're doing our trek in the mountains. What do we need to buy here to offer them?
So, depends, there is some for health, some for business, and some others for asking permits. In our case, we're going to ask to the Salkantay Mountain a permit to let us pass to the Machu Picchu Valley.
So we're going to make an offering to the shamans.
With the shamans.
With the shamans, for nature, to allow us to pass safely through the mountains.
This one, it is called the despacho. This is the complete package. It has all the artifacts that the shaman needs to do this offering.
So will we bring some of these to our shamans?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And we're gonna get it from here. And this is...
Oh shit. What is this?
This is the fetus of a llama.
The fetus of a llama?
Yes.
The unborn baby.
Exactly.
Of a llama.
Yeah. So for the offerings, normally you need the fetus, so represent production, fertility, abundance.
This is kind of crazy. I've never seen any kind of animal fetus before.
You see their little hooves?
Yeah, their little hooves. And his little teeth.
So those you have everything for the offering.
How many of these do we need?
Only one.
Only
This
one?
is one for all of us.
Great. Who doesn't want to look like that young
That's
guy?
my picture when I drink the maca.
That's your maca picture?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll leave that one with her. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shamans and religious offerings of the sort we've prepared are not a normal part of my world, but talking with Guido helps shed some light on the meaning behind such acts.
Together, you and I, we're going to go out into the Salkantay. We're going to go out into real nature. What do you think our biggest challenges are going to be?
Altitude,
Altitude.
and weather.
Weather. Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. You're going somewhere that you're going to be in the hands of nature, and you love nature. That's when you start having these feelings and understanding why praying to the mountains, why praying to the air, just to have one more beautiful day.
So that's why we visit the shamans.
Exactly.
That's why we give prayer and give thanks. Let's get going, man. Let's put Cusco behind us. Let's hit the trail. Let's get some nature, huh? Yeah. Oh, but first, let's get some food, man. I'm hungry.
A half-a-day drive from Cusco, we arrive at the foot of the Salkantay Trail, which immediately rises up and eventually over the Salkantay High Pass. At 4,600 meters above sea level, altitude sickness is a serious consideration. But then it's back down into the humid cloud forest as we make our way through other Incan ruins towards Machu Picchu, our ultimate goal. A few hours' drive outside the city of Cusco, the Andean mountains come into view, and spellbinding vistas greet us. Majestic snow-capped peaks shrouded in clouds, glaciers tumbling down mountainsides towards our camp in the valley below.
I just can't believe I'm here. So we're surrounded by beautiful mountains in a beautiful valley. And we got a great camp, and we got a great team. And it's the eve of day one, you know. Tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up and we're gonna begin walking probably one of the most spectacular treks that this region has to offer, the Salkantay Trek. And it's really just a pinch me moment, you know. I'm here in the Peruvian Andes for the first time, and already the scenery is just beyond words. It's early morning. We just had a little bit of food. Today is day one of our journey on the Salkantay Trek. And if everything goes well, and so far it is, the weather's perfect, we're gonna be trekking up to a small lagoon and then camping just at the foot of the Salkantay Mountain later this afternoon. So I hope the weather holds. So far, so good. And time to hit the trail.
Let's do it. Today we are going to the Umantha glacier lake. So it's called Umantha Cocha. It's going to be a spiritual moment in order to get the permits of the mountains to let us pass to the sacred valley. We bought our offering at the local market in Cusco, so we have all set. The shaman is waiting already up at the glacier lake. So it's going to bring us luck, it's going to bring us health, protection.
High above our camp, our shaman waits for us, and the song of his flute guides us to him, from where he'll lead us the final distance up to Umantha Lake. The views grow more rewarding the higher up we climb, but nothing could have prepared us for what was to come next. As we climb over the ridge at the foot of the lake, we're greeted with a truly breathtaking sight. Pristine aqua turquoise waters stretched out before us, reflecting the sheer glacial splendor of the mountains that rose above and fed it. Salkantay is sometimes called the Savage Mountain. It's one of the tallest peaks just west of Cusco and was considered by the Incans to be one of the main gods controlling weather and fertility in the area. Standing there, marveling at it all, I thought its beauty seemed unreal. And no sooner did that thought pass through my mind, a cloud descended upon us, and things quickly began to change.
We just arrived at our lake and it was beautiful and sunny, and now it's totally raining on us. Is it better luck if we do the shaman ceremony in the rain?
Everything that is not easy is better luck.
I agree. It just went from being beautiful to being completely miserable in about 30 seconds.
Who can start? Because probably this will take a little while.
Let's do it.
Vamos.
And we need this offering to keep us safe as we make our way on the Salkantay Trail.
Definitely. An Andean chair.
An Andean chair? I like it. Oh, yeah. What kinds of things is he taking out of his bag?
Grabbing some coca leaves, because the coca leaves are known like the privileged daughter of Pachamama. No? Pachamama is the Mother Earth. And apples, the glacial mountains, they are the fathers. And that's represented here with the white flower. Look at the middle.
The shaman continued to arrange the items we had brought him, each one symbolizing an aspect of the natural world. Meanwhile, the weather didn't show any signs of letting up.
Oh, there's the
llama, fetus of the llama.
Man, this is just epic biblical rain. It won't stop.
This is like the office of the shamans, no? They're like the fathers in the cathedral or the churches.
Yeah.
Here, to do this one here is very important for them.
And the office of the shamans is pouring rain. Can he make some kind of offering for us to make the rain stop?
Definitely, that is part of the offering also,
To have good weather? It's tough to kind of focus on what the shaman's doing and trying to kind of understand everything that he's put together here for us. The weather's just eating into my soul. And hopefully the shaman with this offering will allow the rain to stop and we'll get some sunlight and be on and I can't even talk, I'm so cold. Be on our way and hopefully have a good second half of the day. Whoa.
So now you know what is in there. This is gonna be rapid.
All the shaman had prepared were embodiments of the natural world, and now his chants are to bestow some of those qualities upon us. In order to do that, he asks us our names.
My name is Ryan.
Although I can't understand the shaman's prayers, I have the feeling of his chants surrounding me. And at this moment, I'm so cold, I'll take all the good karma I can get.
Okay, thank you.
We each receive a blessing, and it was time to move on again.
It's cold and it's wet, and he's cold too. Our shaman came through and he gave us a great ceremony, and I'm feeling pretty lucky. And I'm ready for the rest of our journey on the Salkantay Trek.
Now the sun is coming out.
The sun's not coming out yet. It's still raining. My legs are shaking. I'm so cold. Are you okay?
Sí.
See? Okay. All right, boss. Let's get back on the trail.
Treks S02.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Nos vemos.
We continue ascending, and after several hours, we reach the Salkantay Pampa, or plateau, where we set up camp for the night. The rain had eased up, and the sky had lightened, and so did our mood.
Really?
It's cute.
We're just gonna be there in the rain the whole time, but at least now we're at camp.
Yeah, I think the mountains wanted to show us a little bit of, their power. Oh my gosh, just in case I'm here.
Today was the first day of really walking, the first day of really moving. It was exciting. It's great to be back on the trail. It's great to be in Peru. It's a whole new experience, to be in the Andes, the Peruvian Andes, this beautiful part of the world. And at the moment now, we're actually heading east. And the Andes mountains behind me, the Andes behind me that you see, this is actually the last part of the range before we drop down into the jungle. So tomorrow we're gonna be going up to the Salkantay Pass, and then the next 2 days we're gonna be descending into the jungle. And I just hope that the blessing today with the shaman, even though it was done in the rain, will give us safe passage and some good weather. Daylight filtered in through a covering of clouds, which didn't seem like lifting as we set off towards the Salkantay High Pass. Straight after breakfast, we began up a series of sheer switchbacks, known as the 7 deadly snakes. They consist of 7 full S's, and they rise relentlessly from the valley floor up to the alpine plateau above. The 7 deadly snakes just go up and up, but at the top we find an alpine landscape waiting for us. Tussock grasses line the path, making its way up the valley floor, which rises sharply to high mountain peaks surrounding us.
So now, do you think the offering with the shaman is working for us? Because we're on the high pass and we got some sunlight?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I really think so.
So we had some bad weather yesterday, and today we've been blessed with some beautiful sunshine.
The more I planned this journey, the more apprehensive I became of the Salkantay High Pass. You don't know how you're going to react to the altitude. You don't know how the elements are going to affect you. You wonder if you're even going to make it at all. But crossing that high pass was a brilliant victory over doubt.
(4,600 meters above sea level, about 15,200 feet, Salkantay High Pass. And I'm feeling a little winded, but we made it. It's beautiful in every direction. We got clouds rolling in, and it's everything a high pass should be. This is pretty beautiful. The views in every direction.
Yeah, as I said, it's higher, it's heavier,
Yeah.
but it's worth, every time more views, you feel tall like the mountains.
Absolutely. And the 7 deadly snakes, the switchbacks.
What was that?
That was a really, it was a really tough way to start the day. What do we have now? I mean, now the sun's out, but the clouds are coming in. The weather's changing every 5 minutes.
Especially now because we're going down,
Right.
where all of these clouds are coming from, the cloud forest.
The cloud forest is that way.
So all of this downhill is going to be a little bit more cooler or colder,
Okay.
or probably a little bit more wet because That's the name of our next campsite, the windy area.
Okay. Let's go get into the wet, cold, windy cloud forest, whatever we have waiting for us.
As we descend, the colors of the eastern slope change to a much lusher green. The earth beneath our feet takes on a soft, mossy sponginess caused by moisture carried by a constant blanketing of clouds.
Now we're making our way down the east side of the Andes. And already just, an hour or two after the high pass, the entire landscape has started to change. We've gone from the rocks and the glaciers down to these beautiful grassy meadows and these moss-covered stones, which are all around me. It's really beautiful. So many of these trips and so many of these high passes and these mountains, they really take a toll on your body and they leave you with nothing at the end of the day. But the Peruvian Andes have been a little bit different. I feel full, at the end of each day, and I'm excited for what the next day has to hold. The mornings are always really cold here because the mountains are so high. It takes the sun quite a long time to come up over the mountains and finally hit these little valley plateaus that we're on. But, the sun's just now starting to come up in our little valley that we camped in. And that's beautiful. That's the first touch of sun we've had in a long time. And I bet in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'll have the gloves off, the jacket off, the hat off, and I'll be making my way down into the cloud forest, which is kind of the first step into the Peruvian jungle, which will be our trail for the next few days. Oh man, that's nice.
Before hitting the trail, Guido paid a visit to a family he knew in the area to get some information about trail conditions.
So how's the road, buddy?
The lady said that halfway
Yeah.
is not a problem.
Bye-bye.
We learn that the rainy season has brought some damage to the trail. We walk on uncertain what this means for us.
A bit worried about the rainy season and the landslides.
Well, yeah, the end of the rain season is where there are more problems, because everything's wet and soft. Sure, we can find somebody to give us some more information about the rest of the trail.
Yeah?
There's a lady there.
Hola.
They farm passion fruit here, so maybe buying some passion fruit, she will tell me what
Hola.
I want. Hey, mamita.
So we just came through this little village. He's just checking with this lady to see how the path is further ahead because there's been a lot of landslides. Been a rainy season, was horrible here. And we're just kind of getting some local information as we go. So what does she say? What does she think?
The passion fruit seller told us that there were many landslides further downstream and that no one was passing through the trail.
So what do you think? You think she's going to be right?
But we have to take a look if it's good or not for us.
Still, holding out hope, we continue walking and soon discover for ourselves what they were talking about.
We don't know how is it like the rest of the trail. But till now it's closed and nobody's walking by this trail. And the only cable car is behind, so we go farther, we can't cross, we have to also return longer.
So if we don't take that cable car, then we have to go down and cross the river if this becomes not passable.
Yes.
Well, that river doesn't look happy.
No, Santa Teresa is kind of hungry.
This looks maybe passable, but if there's more like this, we have no idea, right?
And if it's gonna rain, that would be even worse.
As adverse as I am to walking on roads, the cable car offers us the opportunity to continue our journey. So we relent, and we head back for a ride on the wire. Small cable cars like this one are a common way to transport people and goods across rivers and ravines in the absence of bridges. They're basically just a basket on a wire, and you get a good sense of the drop below as you travel across.
It's a really big drop into some really angry water. That is an uncomfortable feeling. That is ridiculous. All right.
All right?
Yeah, let's go have a look up top.
After climbing up the hill to the road, we continue walking down the valley until we came to a small knoll, which afforded us great views of the surrounding area. Standing there, you can see why it was called the cloud forest. The whole ecosystem around us has changed from the alpine environment we left that morning. The mixture of moisture and sunshine here provided an ideal environment for growth. And indeed, as we follow the road down, we begin to cross more and more plantations. The road soon leads us to a small village. Guido suggests we pay a visit to Freddy, a friend of his who runs a coffee plantation here.
Freddy.
Hola amigos,
Hola, Freddy. Te presento a mi amigo Ryan.
Gracias.
bienvenido a Lukmabamba.
Thank you.
So he's gonna show us to taste a real coffee.
Best coffee. Go.
Okay, let's have a look.
Please, amigo.
Gracias.
Freddy's more than happy to show us his coffee plantation. Step by step, he takes us through the entire production process, from the plant to the cup.
What kind of coffee bean is this?
¿Qué tipo de café es este?
Arábica.
And the red berries, the red beans are the ones that are ripe and ready to be picked?
Yes, turn a very red wine like that one.
Okay, so can we help him? Can we
Yes.
pick all the red ones?
But look at, you have to do it spinning to one side and leave the stem, the stem,
Yeah.
and the tree, not take it all. ¿Qué sacar?
Un poquito más o menos así.
So I just did it wrong.
Yeah, for example, this is wrong, no? If you see, he has all the stem stay in the...
On the tree.
On the tree,
So that they make the next bean.
exactly. So that's why is the harvesting require a lot of people,
And a lot of skill.
a lot of skill.
Pick the red ones, we put them in the bag. What happens next?
Well, we have to go to the pillar machine.
Okay.
Que es máquina, se llama despulpadora.
So this peels it.
Freddy explained and showed us how the beans had their skins removed and then were soaked and sorted before being left out to dry.
A secar al sol por 5 a 6 días. El café queda así.
This is 6 days dried coffee.
Oh, wow. Very brittle, very soft. I'd love to have some coffee.
Okay, let's have some coffee.
This was definitely the most authentic coffee experience I've had. Freddy roasting his own beans in a clay pot over a wood fire. Before long, the fragrance began to permeate the air.
Look at that. Now that smells like coffee.
Ya amigos, vamos a hacer el molido. ¿Qué es esto?
The coffee beans are so rich and the smell is so strong. I had no idea what I signed up for. It takes a long time to grind. Filter. Okay.
Ya vamos a poner.
Coffee grinds, boiling water, right in.
Freddy prepared the coffee as he liked it, black, with a good helping of sugar.
Oh, man.
That's what we call coffee essence.
Salute.
Salute.
Okay. This is beautiful. Oh. What can I say? It's probably the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. I can't describe exactly how it tastes, but it's so good. I mean, what an experience to have a chance to meet someone like Freddy, growing coffee. He also has some avocados. He also does some bananas. And he's living out here in this beautiful part of the world. You know, today there's more oxygen in the air. We're at a much lower altitude. And the positivity and the feelings here about being in Peru are just kind of flowing out of me. That's the beauty of walking. That's the beauty of trekking, is feeling the landscape change with every step. You know, there are no longer snow-capped peaks around us. That was last night. That was yesterday. And now we're going to go farther, deeper into the Peruvian jungle as we make our way to Machu Picchu. I can't wait for tomorrow to start. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. I think we're going down into a valley, another river, maybe a river crossing. It just doesn't matter. You wake up, you eat some food, and you start walking, and you let the day unfold, and you let the world come to you. Yakapata.
Today, our trek will take us to the ancient Incan ruins of the city of Yakapata, which sits high up on the valley walls and looks out towards the once sacred city of Machu Picchu.
At least it's not raining.
As we've been walking, Machu Picchu has been growing in my mind, and I have a sense of mounting excitement as we draw nearer. The cloud forest lives up to its name, and a bright blanketing of clouds accompanies us as we set off for the day's climb.
It's looking really beautiful up here as we climb to the Yakapata Inca ruins. Look at that. That's spectacular. It's like a dream come true being in Peru. And it's gonna get a lot more beautiful the higher we get.
During Incan times, the Salkantay Trail was one of the main trade routes for coca and potato. As we make our way higher up the valley walls, we tread along ancient walking paths whose stone foundations were laid centuries ago.
How do you do it, man? How do you keep moving all the time?
Well, I have a little help also.
Yeah?
The coca leaves, good for working.
Okay.
And
Does it have caffeine in it?
cocaine.
It has cocaine in it.
To make cocaine, you need coca leaves.
Right.
It's one of the properties only that this leaf has.
Okay.
These are from these valleys,
Oh, really?
Santa Teresa. I mean, it's medicinal plant. It's good for everything.
Yeah? Is it addictive?
I think so, yeah.
So why do you only take out 3? Why not just take a whole bunch and put them in your mouth?
The first one is very important. No? You know that the coca leaves is the privileged daughter of Pachamama. She's sacred. It was sacred always.
Pachamama, Mother Earth.
Mother Earth.
Right.
So with the 3 leaves, you have the 3 worlds together. The world of the sky, the world of the life, our world, and the spiritual world, which is the underground. It's like the telephone number to the Apus, the mountain gods.
Do you make a little prayer or anything like that?
Well, you blow to the mountain. Blow to the mountains, Pachamama. You want to have one more?
Okay, I'll
For
take these.
third doses.
So 1 for the sky, 1 for the life, and 1 for the spirit world.
And then just, you roll it up,
Roll it up
put it one side of your mouth,
in your cheek.
in your cheek, and just leave it there, same side.
Right like that.
No, it's saliva will rehydrate it, and then start swallowing. Yeah, probably after you're going to feel a little bit numb.
It makes your cheek numb,
Yes.
and that's a good thing?
It's a good thing. Thing is also you won't be hungry.
I won't be hungry. Okay, good. So anyone working in the Andes in Peru trekking, hiking, farming, agriculture, anything. They're always on coca leaves.
Yes, mostly, as you said, no, in the countrysides.
Oh, I can start to feel it working in my cheek.
That's why you don't see the locals, the potters, they put you always the big bowl here.
That's all just coca leaves.
Just a lot of coca leaves, so that means also a lot of nectar, no?
Yeah.
You're working hard, but you're chewing more when you get more.
How do I look? Do I look like I'm on coca leaves?
You're getting there.
All right, as long as it gets me up and over the mountain, I'll be fine.
Oh, nothing better than the coca leaves.
All right, I got my cocaine. Let's go.
Let's go.
The coca leaves put a much-needed spring in my step as we climb and make our way up and out of the Santa Risa Valley. Not that we could see anything. We were completely engulfed in the forest. The forest canopy towers above us, shutting out most of the light, and around us the thick smells of growth and decomposition fill the humid air.
It's beautiful.
The buzz of the insects and the songs of the bird life that surround us remind me that this place is very much alive. Eventually, the forest offered small clearings, and we came upon mysterious stone structures buried in the foliage, remnants of a lost and forgotten world, the ancient city of Yakapata.
Yakapata. Oh my God.
From out of the jungle sprang the scrambling ruins of the ancient city, most of it lying still buried beneath the forest and earth. But we came across one building which had been completely cleared from the tangle of clambering plant life.
Okay, this is the street.
Wow.
Yes.
This part's all preserved. It's beautiful.
Perfectly aligned, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's Machu Picchu right
That's
through the
Machu
door.
Picchu.
That's awesome. That's incredible. That's the world-famous view.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Looking across at Machu Picchu for the first time seems otherworldly. The mountainsides held such a sheer drop. What sort of inspiration could move an empire to build a city in such an inaccessible place? And how did they do it? As we stand there, Guido explains a little of these ruins which surround us.
First of all, you know the name is Llacta, which is
Llacta?
a city.
Okay.
Pata, which is in the higher area. No? It's a little bit more simple because this was like an Inca city for all the pre-Hispanic travelers, no? Going from the rainforest to Cusco, passing by this one. No?
Just like we're doing now.
Exactly. And only Incas would go to Machu Picchu from here because Machu Picchu was a city only for the high class.
Here we are, you know. You can hear birds chirping in the background. Everything here is alive. Everything here is connected. Machu Picchu's behind me. We've just about completed the Salkantay Trek, and everything's gone pretty much perfectly to plan.
From our mountaintop camp, there's no easy way to descend these steep valleys. Slowly, the roar of water grew louder as we dropped into the sacred valley, formed by the Urubamba River, which also winds its way around the mountaintop city of Machu Picchu. Eventually, we arrive at the river, and this marks an important moment in our journey.
By crossing this bridge, I'm ending my Salkantay trek. When I get to the other side, I'm going to be walking along a road and then taking a train to Machu Picchu. I'm back in civilization.
Machu Picchu is one of the busiest tourist sites in the world, and so, if you're to visit, there's almost no way to avoid the crowds. The thought of this wasn't so appealing, yet my curiosity to experience the place has grown.
Machu Picchu's right there.
And before long, we had ascended the valley walls again, and we were setting foot on this once lost city of the Incans. And shrouded in the clouds, we discovered it for ourselves. Any reservations I had about visiting a famous tourist spot are quickly forgotten.
This is really, I don't have words for it, and I am totally awestruck by what I'm seeing. I have never seen anything look this beautiful before.
The scale and setting of the ancient city boggles the mind. I owe so much on this trip to Guido, and I was once again lucky to have him there to share his knowledge of the place.
So all these terraces, were these just for farming, or did people were there homes there?
Well, farming in general,
Right.
but that was the second function. First function was like the foundations to make it strong enough to support this stone city, you know? And at the same time, for farming, because you can see there's no flat areas. So you need to do that way to retain the water.
Guido and I take a look around. There's so much to explore here.
The Inca had their people paying their labor taxes, building their Inca cities to control them and show power. So many people, no horses, nothing. The strongest animal at that time was the man.
And what a place they constructed, with buildings and terraces perched on the steepest of precipices.
What is it about these walls?
It's 100% original.
These are the original walls.
Exactly.
They haven't been
Like these were restored, for example.
One of the things I didn't really anticipate when I came out here to Peru was just the amount of history that we would encounter. But the moment you step on the ground, the moment you step on that trail, you're walking through history. And when you make it here to a place like Machu Picchu, after spending a week or so on a trail, I mean, you're walking in the footsteps of gods and kings.
And the late afternoon sun came out to give us spectacular views of it all. What a way to end an incredible journey.
This is a sacred city. Hundreds, thousands of years, people travel in the same way we did.
You got me here in one piece, and I'm super proud that I could stay up with you on the trek.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for a great journey.
Bye-bye.
This journey in Peru has been educational. We've had history. We've had ancient cities. We've had ruins. We've had culture. We've had spirituality. There's nothing really we haven't had on this journey. We've had glaciers. We've had high altitude. We've been in the jungle. It's just been complete. It's been full. And I definitely am leaving with a heavy heart and a bag full of powerful and beautiful experiences.